Hi, my name is Devi Brehm. Today I'd like to speak about the indirect slavery of our society, or altogether of consensus reality. I've been having a storage unit since, 15 years now. And I put everything in there when I left my marriage and then continued in a different country with a new life. And as I'm walking in there today, I really noticed that it felt very nostalgic, like this whole household from my 20s. And it almost felt like it wasn't me. The life that I had lived then wasn't me. And then I realized, as I've been visiting my parents, that it felt very similar to their energy. And like mentally looking through those boxes, I'm like, well, it's actually also the idea of my parents' lifestyle. So in my 20s, I was basically living the lifestyle my parents wanted me to live. I had the job my parents had the idea of I should have in the corporate world. And I had the husband that was ideal for my parents. And it was still a beautiful marriage, loving, and the deep soul fulfillment that I was looking for. I just had to move on to find that. And so I think it's just something that many experience as we grow up coming out of our parents' house, that we are kind of forced to live the life they've thought for us, that society has shaped for us, of like, this is what the society we grew up and says, this is what is a good life. This is what you should do. This is how you earn a living. This is how you earn a good living. This is how you will receive value within society, how you will be accepted within society, and this is how you should behave. This is how you should dress. So many do conform to that. Or some go the opposite way and they rebel against that. I'd like to say, or at least in Indian philosophy, attachment and aversion are kind of the same thing, just the opposite side of the coin. So if we rebel, we actually still press against the same thing that we don't want. So we are kind of actually indirectly still being attached to it. So the true authenticity that I'd like to speak for, the sovereignty actually. And I have to admit, sovereignty is a word that wasn't in my vocabulary originally. I had to really find out what it truly means. And it kept slipping my mind. I just couldn't remember that word until I actually started embodying what sovereignty really means. To really be your own and to not be owned in a way by your parents. In some cultures, like India, it's very intense. Women are actually owned by their fathers, later their husbands. But even in Western society, I feel like we are indirectly owned by society, or lately technology and social media and all the advertisement that comes through it, that's selling cookies. So we only see what kind of technology believes we need to see because we showed an interest in that. So it's very, very selective, and it's very manipulative in a way. So, I mean, you could say you only get to see what you've clicked on before, so it's kind of in your interest, but it also really narrows your world, and you're bombarded with advertisement. So the true sovereignty of really stepping out of that consensus reality is that, in a way, we started agreeing to when we were raised in our parents' home, within the school system, of this is how you should be, this is what a good citizen is. And I am really pledging for being within the law. And there's something to being truly authentic and being sovereign and listening to your own intuition and listening to your soul and to your own calling of what's really true for you. For example, I had a client and she worked for the cosmetic industry, and suddenly felt like she didn't want to sell any more cosmetics that actually had toxins in it. She just couldn't feel an integrity anymore selling products that were toxic for the skin. And so we talked about how to create her own branding, her own line, her own wellness coaching, and ultimately creating her own cosmetic products with essential oils that were completely supportive for holistic health. And probably many find themselves in a similar situation nowadays, where we find ourselves in a society that we somehow agreed upon, but we're also noticing it's not really a fit anymore. It's not fully in integrity with pesticides, with genetically manipulated foods, with media, with technology, that there's something inside of us where we think like there must be more, there must be something that's more natural, that's more authentic, that's more in integrity with who I am. And I so highly do encourage you to listen to your own calling and to then maybe take a coach or journal or do practices where you find that true voice within to know what you're really meant to do here on this planet. So, because there's so much that society presses us into of what we should do, and then just do our job and then find the pleasures in media, maybe some chips in front of the TV. But to truly find your own voice, to truly listen to your own intuition and to your own calling, to what's really what you like to bring out into the world. How would you like to be creative? How would you like to be of support? So how would you like to contribute? So, and there are ways that you can contribute in everyday life, even next to your maybe rather normal job, or you can fully step up and shift your job, or have a job that's making you a living and another one where you just selflessly support people to really contribute. Or you just pick up garbage on the road that's lying around. You use less plastic. So you use more natural and organic products. And if there's something deep inside of you, I encourage you to really trust that calling and to trust your own feet in that way, to really make that first step, to step out and share what you feel really needs to be shared. You need your voice. Thank you.